Greetings, listeners. Welcome to the Whip 12 podcast. My name is Raymond, and today I'm here with Jasper. Hey,
Hello,
Jasper.
hello.
Hello.
Hi, I will be your professional goblin for the evening.
Yes. Professional. We needed a professional goblin for this, especially since I've been haunting you to if N5 came out, to come on the show again and talk about JSA.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what I'm going to do today.
Boy, I am still afflicted with the curse, so I have been playing them every tournament nonstop still.
Oh, nice.
Yep. Actually, to mild success, I took 9th place, top 10 finish in Adepticon
that's not
a couple
bad.
weeks ago.
How many players were there at
That's
Adepticon?
that's a 50-man satellite.
50-man satellite. So
Mm-hmm.
coming up into the top 10, and that's not too shabby. That's really, really awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, with
And
JSA,
with vanilla JSA,
vanilla
actually.
JSA. Yeah,
Yep,
that's yeah.
I've
It's cool.
been doing some experimenting with the odd man out, surprisingly, being the vanilla of the faction.
Yeah, because last time we got into JSA, it was a simple sectorial part of the whole NA2 group. Now it's been split up. It has turned into a vanilla, and it has two sectorials of their own, being the Oban, which is like regular JSA, and the new guy on the block.
Mm-hmm. Shinden Butai,
Yeah.
and it's very interesting because part of the discussion that I've been seeing is specifically regarding vanilla JSA. You have Shinden Butai and you have Oban that have very obvious powerful trooper combos, fire teams and such that make it easy to point at and say this is why I want to play these factions. Vanilla being added sort of as a ancillary to the faction. It as mentioned, it's like a reverse sectorial where you have certain super powerful combos and troopers removed from vanilla,
Yeah.
but instead you are getting the combinations of Oban and Shinden troopers that work surprisingly well together that you can only find in vanilla, that I think justifies it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the old situation with vanillas, if you get a plethora of units from all the sectorials, you can find certain synergies that your focused sectorials cannot. So I'm not surprised that would be its strength and reasoning to jump in on just vanilla JSA.
Mm-hmm. What do I want to talk about? So, I think one of the things to look at is there are specific two trooper combos that, like I said, are only found in vanilla that are like a Shinden Butai unit and a Oban unit that work really well together.
Mm-hmm.
The one I want to jump into, well, actually, I think I want to step back and just look at Oban and Shinden Butai as their own separate sectorials to just talk about the understanding of why you play Oban, why you play Shinden Butai, and then move into the combination of
Yeah.
the two in vanilla.
Yeah.
So I think the easier one to start with is Shinden Butai. Having a conversation with some of the people in JSA chat, I've heard angry remarks that no, they are not white and red Pano. My counterpoint is no, it's nomads with swords. Because there's a lot more competent hacking game. There's a lot more, generally, quote unquote, easy to use pieces that require just less finesse. Specifically Hatamoto, specifically the Shizoku, those big Mim 3 heavy infantry are just sledgehammers that you can slam into almost anything the opponent has. The fact that we in Shinden Butai have the Tanuki hacker that's just an all-star powerhouse, disco ball pitcher to spread that to both deny vision, hack, and project that repeater net across the table all in one. That's one of of all the troopers, the Tanuki in Shinden Butai feels like an almost auto include. You've got the really strong team with the Ruishi on him to get a hacker and a repeater net, so you can do so much with Shinden with just shoving your heavy infantry forward, or you can play the hacking game, and just it plays much more generalist as a faction than Oban, because all the power is spread out a little bit more evenly. The thing that I have noticed playing Shinden Butai and switching back and forth between Oban is Shinden Butai seems to have drilled some speed holes out of the faction where you have not like utility, but just the overall ball of stats has been cut down. Look specifically at their ninjas. They're all Mim 3. All the camos are Mim 3. The only Mim 6s are Saito and the generic ninjas.
Yeah.
There's only 2 options for heavy infantry, so your wound count is going to be way lower.
Yeah.
And I can move back into Oban. Oban is the faction that min-maxes their units and forces you to leverage that min-max appropriately on your opponent.
Yeah.
Some are saying it requires more finesse. I don't know how I feel about using the term finesse for figuring out the correct time to send my samurai on a death march straight across to your lieutenant, but it is what it is. Oban,
it's
I
timing.
feel
The right timing, to have the streets cleared.
yeah, no one to hold back and no one to push forward.
Yeah.
Going with the flow. I feel Oban, on the other end, plays a lot more vision control. You have the Yon-Yons now, you have the Tenko Disco Baller. Just ability to turn off the sun passively in that faction is extremely strong. You have more options for... the Mim 6 powerhouses. You still have Shinobu, who... and you have the Shikami that got extremely stupid this edition. Reined him back with the super jump nerf recently, but he needed it. No, models moving 8-8 across the table is
it's a bit
almost unhealthy.
Yeah. Well, they take no cover while they're doing it, but still.
He's Mim 6 and in an Eclipse smoke, so no cover to you not shooting me.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. And then the Shikami duo, gosh.
Yeah. Well, it's also a better addition for these kinds of units, especially the ninjas, who really, they gone a bit down in points, but not that much. And some are still pretty darn expensive for a one wound model. Not easy to hit, and they hit like a truck in close combat. But now that there's less blasts, it at least gives them more of a fighting chance. Because I found out you can take a ninja, but just one idiot with a shotgun mostly ended their lives.
Oh, you used my comment.
Yeah.
It's very apt, though. Yeah, that's actually one of the things I've been teching into for the ninja list is the Luduan, just to not even to be a gun platform, but to be a hollow projector platform and just send him ahead to sweep out all the opponent's mines. I think it's a little bit less necessary in Oban because you can have your Yon idiot show up and do the same thing with his face, but he's still in a regular order.
Yeah, you there? You're 7, 8, 9 points.
6.
6.
6
to 11. Or mostly you take the 6 one.
Oh gosh, if you're
Go
taking the
take all.
boarding shotgun or the rifle, Yon, I've got some questions for you. Oh gosh. So, moving back,
Yeah.
vanilla JSA. Obviously, the thing that like stands out is, you know, unlike the sectorials, the vanilla has way worse options for fire teams. There's it's very hard to get purity. You only have the Damaru and the Karakuri in vanilla JSA to get purity, and then their fire team availability. Instead of getting core Harris unlimited duo, you got two duos or and one Harris, and
Yeah.
that's it. Which of course is the standard for vanillas now, but
Yeah, but
yeah.
this was a sectorial, so it's a loss.
Yeah. When you're comparing against
Yeah.
going like full samurai or double Hatamoto in Shinden Butai, it's a whole different beast.
Yeah.
Second thing, powerhouse units that were stripped away. There's no access to the Metsuke Awesome Lieutenant. There is no access to the Tanuki. And in vanilla JSA, you have no linkability with Oban and Shinden powerhouses, specifically the Hatamoto, the Shikami, the Tenko, are what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Yes, the Shizoku can link, but she is an availability one in a duo only, so she cannot get purity.
Yeah, it's the whole new design philosophy that a vanilla does not have all the units every other sectorial has. You have
Mm-hmm.
Is it an all-star list? Is it at least that the units that they picked are generally
Oh,
the ones that you would also say are shine in the sectorials?
so it is I wouldn't say like a all-star pick, but you get a lot of the good choices.
Yeah.
Um, so specifically, you can flex your list really well into a couple of different styles. I think the like major combo to call out is the powerhouse long range gun platform of the Hatamoto and the Hatamoto Lieutenant, specifically, and the speed, maneuverability of the and obviously, of course, the fact that they are both specialist operatives, ability to just do the missions with
Yeah.
the Shikami. Hatamoto and Shikami are just like best bros in a lot of my general purpose vanilla JSA. You're getting good long range firepower and the flexibility to just shove around the table with wild reckless abandon with the Min 3 nano screen, and even getting extra frenzy value because he doesn't get penalized by it. It's just strict upsides for the Hatamoto. And the Shikami still being a Shikami, throwing around eclipse grenades, multi-rifling people, and doing all the things that he is wont to do.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's
I don't know what else to say about
yeah.
that. Like
The moto
sheer.
is really stretching the significance of being in heavy infantry with just arm two.
Oh yeah, I mean he doesn't like
He's
make your
by now
face to face rolls and don't make armor saves. That's the life you're living. But if you're flexing on that Min 3 against no visors, and if you're flexing the fact that he's got 4 dice against, a stray fusilier, a flash bot, or the like, then the Hatamoto is usually safe. I think the other thing to point out is the fact that he's got. I actually have been using the Red Fury option. This is instead of the Spitfire, specifically to keep him at the back of my deployment zone and surprise people with a uh, plus 32 to 40-inch shot. Because that maintains his zero band to the typical -3 of HMG HRLs.
And just going for the low number.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm on zero band with you in cover and you're a TR bot, then I'll be throwing out 4 10s, and you
Yeah.
will be throwing out, oh, what, twos?
Because of the X visor, yeah.
Yeah. Cover -3 and mimetism, yeah, -9.
Yeah.
So, that's another way to just be safe is use your pieces appropriately and be in the right range bands. Infinity fundamentals. Other thing to point out with Hatamoto is just because he's lieutenant +1 order. I'm having him in a group 2 typically, and like a 6-man group 2 with Hatamoto is squeezing 8 orders out of the stone.
Yeah.
Uh, Also, there's just the fact that martial arts for natural born warriors CC23. There's like 3 models in the game that are like actual coin flips to him. Almost everything else is just strictly in his favor.
Yeah.
But with the way CC is working, I'm seeing a lot of like if 2 people are like over 20 CC and they're running into each other, you're getting a lot of like sword clanging bounces, and not a lot of like actual contact hits.
I crit. I also crit. All right.
Yeah.
Let's do this
So
again.
So if you want to flush some orders down the toilet, that's your prerogative. I will move on to the Shikami with this story. Um, I had Durak show up and make a beeline for my Keisotsu lieutenant in Tidewater. This was a previous satellite that I went to up in Virginia, and I ended up rebuffing all of his attacks, dodging his speculative grenade fire, and he ended up prone on top of the roof that is like 1 level above, because you know the generic cardstock infinity building that's
Yeah,
got
yeah,
the staircase that wraps around, and then the second level the staircase wraps around the whole thing. Yeah, I was on the second, well, whatever, the first floor. He was prone on the second floor. Had my
yeah.
Shikami jump up. I made the boneheaded move of, oh, you're just like CC23. I've got martial arts, so I've got the extra dice on you. I'll just obliterate you in CC. Raymond, he was targeted, and I was running the assault pistol Shikami.
Oh, you could.
Yeah,
Yeah, 4 shots might be.
yeah, 4 shots on 19s.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I'll tank a template or two.
Yeah.
Why did I walk into CC? Well, I guess the good thing about walking into CC is that it keeps him hard stuck there as opposed to, any sort of shenanigans, but mistake.
You could
Um
even have gone into close combat and just fired.
yeah.
Maybe.
But the Shikami taking up all the group 1 orders, the Hatamoto getting all that extra value out of group 2, uh, I think is a really nice combo. The Shikami just has the ability to spend all of the orders and uses ridiculous mobility, climbing plus and super jump to just arbitrarily get to any position on the board.
Yeah.
Um, I know I joke about the game not having lore, but the Shikami actual lore bit of, we will get to whatever target no matter what is absolutely true.
These are the real samurai pizza cats because they can bring it everywhere.
Yeah. Like, seriously, just Eclipse Grenade, super
Mhm.
jump, now 8 inches, then dodge 4 inches afterward. It's still ridiculous mobility. Oh, actually, sorry, I forgot. They changed him to super jump 3, so
Yeah,
he's first skill 9 inch.
that's crazy fast.
Yes. I have a generic list that I will give you as a link, but
Yeah.
I think the third member of this terrible twosome is going to be the Shizoku, either as the budget heavy rocket launcher or the APHMG if you manage to squeeze 10 points more out of your list.
Mhm.
Um, I think once you have a Hatamoto, a Shikami, and a Shizoku, it starts to become really impractical for your opponent to, just passively Bakunin GML your like heavy powerhouses off the table in the back of your deployment zone,
Yeah.
unless
This is
you have them all hold hands,
yeah.
but shrug.
This is something that really flipped the script on the older JSA designs, because actually I was astonished by how many heavy machine guns
Oh yeah.
JSA has gained. It was mostly
Yeah.
always our long range is either low on burst or it's a heavy machine gun on a Keisotsu, so not the
Mm-hmm.
best of gun platforms.
Yeah, or you're
Uh,
taking a tag list.
yeah, or you're
Um,
taking a tag list. Yeah.
yeah, so that was the problem. Was like, more specifically N3 JSA, but N4 still had a bit of the same problem of
Yeah.
like, having to ask your opponent permission to leave your deployment zone. Both Oban and Shinden uh, answer it in their own different little ways.
Yeah.
Oban is typically getting out of the deployment zone because you can't see me, John Cena style.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Shinden Butai just has guns. They will just slang bullets across the table and shoot their way across. And I mean, you can ARO, but I mean, what else are you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
But yeah, moving back to the Shizoku, heavy rocket launcher +1 burst on a MIM3 heavy infantry with, for some reason, arm 5 is typically enough to just dig through a lot of not hard AROs. Like, of course,
I think the Shizuko stole the armor pads from the Hatamoto.
oh yeah, I mean, you're gonna run into like, Armand, or what's his name, the not Aleph guy, Tusser,
Mhm.
all the like big chunky multi-wound kind of things. Like, yeah, that'll actually stop her, but for everything else, like 3 dice with mimetism on BS13 is
Yeah.
typically like that's just enough to like actually get you going. And then once she goes frenzy, uh having the assault pistol and berserk to just continue the onslaught is absolutely, like, I don't know how else to describe it. It's maximum cash money.
Yeah. Yeah. It's and mostly heavy infantry that also have a modifier like mimetism
Mhm.
or MSV. You must pay a lot for that, but this for 43 points, this is a staggeringly good price for the package that you get.
Yeah, yeah. The
Or 30 or
APHMG option,
33 on a
gosh,
heavy rocket launcher.
yeah.
Yeah, that's just
I
dirty
noticed that
infantry.
I seem to have overlooked something else with the Hatamoto.
Mm-hmm.
Um, for some reason, all of the lieutenant options come with +1 SWIC instead of costing, and particularly the Red Fury and the Spitfire. Uh, it seems egregious to me to go from cost 1.5 to +1 on the Spitfire. Um, so when I brought vanilla JSA to Adepticon, in my generic list running the Hatamoto Shikami combo, I found myself like unsure of what to do with this the extra support weapon cost. I ended up running a Keisotsu hacker, the like powerhouse extraordinaire that Oban got for absolutely no reason.
Mm-hmm.
um, it's ECM 6. Jeez. Um, I ran the Keisotsu hacker. I ran the Kurayami ninja, so I had two sources of regular hacking device. One of the missions specifically was capture and protect. And my idea here was I was just going to leave the Keisotsu guarding my beacon, and what was going to do with the extra swick was just bring a guided missile bot.
Yeah.
I was actually throwing out guided missile spotlight attacks as vanilla JSA in Adepticon, and it was just completely wild. Like,
Yeah, let's do it with whip 12. Yeah. It's the best whip.
it is when you're -9 to do anything back to me.
Yeah, man.
Like, yeah, my dice aren't the one that matters. It's the fact that you're rolling like what, fours if you're
Yeah.
a regular hacker trying to isolate me. I mean, of course, you take the reset at that point, but
Yeah.
neither here nor there. Um,
This is the
so
whip 12 hacker you don't want to mess with.
gosh, don't get me started on Akari, Kel. We're Oh yeah, okay, fine. Brief side tangent. Drew's killer hacker with X visor throwing out the pitchers 32 inches on zeros, combined with the Keisotsu is just a very silly way to ask your opponent what they're doing with their life. Oh gosh.
People debate the pitcher range already being too far as it already goes, being far too easy to, and then giving an X visor. Dang.
Look, my controversial opinion is I think that active turn GML strategies are easier and stronger in N5. However, the targets that you can go against to like with that idea is now far more limited because things with chunky BTS and and tags and stuff with heavy armor are both difficult targets to actually GML now.
Which
And like,
is actually kind of nice because I think the problem with Last Edition is that once you got spotlit and someone started that it was very one-sided.
oh yeah.
Now that it's a face-to-face and that there are less targets that are capable targets for a guided missile launcher, it just becomes one of the toolboxes in your toolbox. It's still a good tool, but for in certain situations, not just this I can do blankly against my opponent, and my opponent has no real chance to respond to it.
And the range change as well. Like, heaven forbid you're trying to GML an Yori with a tag rider within 24 inches.
Yeah.
Because at that point you are 18 minus range. I think you're on 9s versus the Oyori's dodge 16 modified to 13.
Yeah, that's not something you want to one dice.
Yeah, and then he's still armor 7.
Yeah.
Like, gosh.
Feel lucky about, yeah.
Yeah, please, you've got better things to do with your time. Which, actually, with the GML, I want to say, like, specifically my idea there was not just capture and protect, it was also unmasking was one of the mission choices, and I just felt like I had this, like, feeling in the pit of my stomach that the table layout would be such a way that my opponent's HVTs are way more buried and harder to access than I would have than on my side. And then, like, the follow-up point was having just that, like, porcupine ARO net just right in front of your deployment zone that makes it extremely difficult to get to the HVTs and take them out. So I had a very funny turn 3 rampage where the Kurayami ninja hacker revealed, and in one turn, I think one button was already pushed, but the rest of his turn was walk up, spotlight HVT, GML, push second button, spotlight HVT, GML, push third button, spotlight HVT. I ended up running out of orders, and I forget if the HVT made his save or if he dodged correctly against my last potential GML attack or what ended up happening there. I ended up tying, but that GML strategy for unmasking proved extremely successful against my combined army opponent.
Yeah. It's hard to defend if someone can slip a pitcher in and just start bombarding.
I'm going to get real close here, Raymond. Like, I need to point out, guided missiles should not be the plan A or B for vanilla JSA. We don't have pitchers. Like, the only reason that this was a, like, not terrible idea is because the missile bot is a 16-point regular order, and that was good enough. And because the mission pack leaned toward this being a decent idea to passively get GML threats on the opponent.
I had some swig to spend and some cheap and some orders laying around. That's why I got one. Yeah.
Yeah, I think my list one was functionally 8 Swick.
Yeah.
Which, like, you're just rolling, like, you're Scrooge McDucking in Swick at that point.
Which, to my mind, JSA is not this Swick spending kind of force, or is it now in N5?
You can get away with, so that's actually a funny thing. I've noticed, and people have commented, I play with this extremely cagey, like, super defensive style. I was looking at, like, specifically Helatilla, Ashtaroth, a couple of the, like, tournament spreads that they, like, showed me, and I see this, I'm like, this is all Hawk Islam, Invincible Army, and Bakunin. Like, in America, the amount of hacking threat that you see is just way, way lower from my experience. Like, I think I played 4 or 5 rounds of Ariadna in not my first 9 missions in ITS tournaments in N5 so far, which is just it's ridiculous. Like, we're just all about, like, pushing our dogs and shooting guns at people. I got a I need to scroll back up and find this line real quick because uh this one got
We were
Ashroth
not
laughing
bringing
really
War
bad.
Drivers. Shame. War Drivers best unit in Ariadne. Come on.
You can, but then your opponent brings a killer hacker and you're sad.
Zero pain. It it can defend itself at least a bit for a while. Maybe take enough orders away.
Yeah, so I tell Ashroth, if you're familiar from Portugal,
Yeah.
he's like, he's criticizing one of my lists, and I say, sure, it may seem natural to you to need competent, reliable hacking defense, but in America, eating cod is for the commies.
We bring the big guns.
Yeah. I went against a triple Ratnik Harris legitimately. It didn't work. Like,
voice.
yeah, it would have been really great if it wasn't like a 2v1 where me and the table are doing the, like, kneel and push him over.
Yeah.
That was an experience. It turns out when 2 Ryukins get a cross line across the entire table, diagonally, it's really hard to play the game. Which actually, let's segue. So, one of the experiences that I've had, specifically in Oban with my, like, turtle defensive style, is running double or triple Ryukin 9. Obviously, in vanilla, we are now limited to AVA 2 on the Ryukins, which is still really good. I
always thought people slept on them for sure.
Oh, I mean, they were great, and now they're now the hackers whip 14, and they're all decoy now, so they become a lot
decoy and
more disruptive. What I've found though, one Ryukin and its decoy is pretty strong. That gives the opponent a pretty good, like, idea though of a binary of, like, oh, the Ryukin's looking either this way or this way, one of them's real, I guess I'll figure it out when I get there. When you combine that with a second Ryukin, and now you've spread 4 MIM6 camo markers, it against certain opponents, it induces a bit more panic, because now, where exactly between these 4 markers are the 2 real guys. However, what I have found playing
Ariana bring multiple kind of combination tactical wise.
Oh yeah, we're just like I mean, it's not the same as the tank hunter portable autocannon, but like the Ryukin is spooky.
Yeah.
What I have found though,
for 23 points, man.
Yes.
Easy arrow for sure.
Yes, and it's also an ARO that, like, gives you the chance for the opponent to, waste orders or, like, spend time being afraid of a decoy, and that is always fun.
Yeah.
What I have found is one Ryuken is strong. Two Ryukens is multiplicatively better than one Ryuken is times two. You know, they're stacking multiplicatively instead of additively. However, I think the best setup is actually Raiden Ryuken, because I often found myself looking at the table and going, like, this is the one good Ryuken spot, and way over here is another good ARO, like, corner to be on. But it just felt weird putting two Mim 6 decoys right next to each other, or just, like, having one be in, like, an obvious, like, way worse spot.
Fun
And
to see that the Raiden is back, because the Ryuken 9 was the next incarnation of the Raiden, and now there's a Raiden, and now you can put a Ryuken and a Raiden on the table.
well, specifically, 3-unit combo here.
Yeah.
Ryuken, Raiden, scroll all the way down. I'm looking by unit type. Scroll all the way down to the bottom of Skirmisher. Kyojin Killer,
New units.
because that is a Mim 3 camo.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes. So
now we're cooking.
yes. So the big brain idea that I've been having and pulling on my opponents is Ryuken, Raiden, and Kyojin Killer. And depending on the deployment zone, oftentimes, especially going second, holding the Kyojin Killer back in my deployment zone threatens both where is the actual Raiden, and the opponent writes it off as a mine and advances going about their day, and oops, here's a flame and spear impact template.
I never mind late.
Yeah. No, that's not a mine, that's a person.
That's a person, and he's pissed.
This was I wish, it's hard to complain about a very, like, decisive victory when the dice roll, like, yeah, it's like I won but my dice rolls are bad and I'm sad. A One of the opponents in Adepticon, I caught completely pantsless with multiple, like, pinning AROs. It was a extremely, like, lopsided map for some reason. I guess it was not built for specifically decap in mind with the 16-inch deployment zone, because there was like a 10-inch high, like 14-inch wide bridge between two, like, towers in within, like, the front edge of my deployment zone. So I just put a Ryuken up there and, like, watched him squirm.
Easy
I
mistake
had
to make. You make 12-inch tables. You think all the
Yeah.
big stuff is in the middle. That's no issue. And then all of a sudden,
Yeah, well, he pushes a core team.
Yeah.
He pushes a core team over because he's like, okay, I'm going to, like, I have to, like, figure out which of these Ryukens is real, so I'm going to try to engage that. And at the same time, when he stands up and moves across, I'm just like, okay, you're not gonna like this. Kyojin Killer Flame and Spear template and the Ryuken will template, so I'm hitting some of your fire team members twice.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Sad days. That's, yeah.
I rolled straight 15s. Well, straight 15, 16, 17. Like, it was, like, he missed his shots. I think he did a, like, total dodge, whatever. But no, he was perfectly safe from that for whatever reason. But, if I rolled one dice face lower, then he would have been hurting for certain.
Yeah.
Which, that's shrug dice.
I don't know if that's even better, because now you're out into a position like you had this bombardment, you survived it, and now
you're completely pinned at that point.
Yeah,
Like,
and now you can't move without it happening again.
yes. So that is my thought. Is, like, there will be a point on the board where two Ryukens is extremely threatening, and there's less often a time where the double Ryuken HRL decoy has a second good spot to go. So having a singular Raiden to cover that fire lane can often be more devastating than having the actual Ryuken 2 models on the table for the opponent to worry about.
Yeah. Well, nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to have these options.
Yes. So one of the things that I have noticed Specifically for my playstyle, pulling from Oban, I think the Tanko Disco Ball profile is A, completely ridiculous, but B, he is like one of my first choices for the Windmill Slam auto include in vanilla JSA to have that hard Disco Ball tell you no for this fire lane.
Still have to get a disco ball deployed against me, but yeah, I'm Ariana, so it's sometimes less of an issue.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's always just slicing the pie and just
Yeah.
throwing it there so that I can throw it some other place.
Yeah.
Yes, he's not getting a special dice, but he's still BS 13. He's throwing impetuous disco balls on 16s. And then so long as you yes, you have to make concessions with your deployment, but if you correctly line up a baggage bot with the Tanko, I have had multiple instances where the like end of turn order that I don't know what to do with is just having a Tanko throw disco balls in a lane
Mm-hmm.
and then moving back into states phase reload range, and then the next turn I can even impetuous move BS attack with the deactivator to turn that lane disco balls back on.
It's an insane good new profile.
Yeah.
And yeah, Tenkos already were pretty cheap, and this one also stayed. Would you even consider something else? Because this brings so much utility, unless you want the missile launcher, but other than that.
Oh no, you almost don't want the missile launcher ever now.
The new cover rules made him. Yeah, because in normally you could put him in a link team and then he could claim cover and be a decent a very good, in my experience, a very good ARO piece.
Yeah, because the Tanko is so cheap to hold the missile launcher. The problem is that now he can't win the face-to-face.
Yeah.
I mean, unless the opponent is, like, doing something extremely wrong with the range band matchup, but, like, at this point, like, I have joked, my Tanko does not leave my bed chambers unless it is a most dire or most, like, completely won scenario. He is hiding the entire game so that he can preserve those disco ballers. He is an MVP.
Yeah, because you can be really speedy with him on the 6-2.
Well, yeah, there's just so many like supplies, capture and protect. I mean, what else is there where you have to like walk up and boop a console specifically to win the game? If you have disco ballers, then the opponent does not get to stop you. I mean, nuanced take, of course, you can have the like ARO hacking and blah 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 blah, but for the most part, disco ball down the fire lane is hard no.
Yeah.
Well, I want to talk about something funny that I have not gotten on the table. So, specifically, I think it's very funny that the Oyori and the Mechazoid, but more specifically the Oyori, now get the duo options. So, unlike in Oban, you can staple Eureka Oda onto the Oyori.
Bring your own little engineer.
I'm not a tag player, but it looks good.
Yeah.
And now that he's a powerhouse with the improved dodge and tag rider that I've already mentioned before, having your giant stealth samurai tag dodge on 16s is like
pretty insane.
Yeah, that's hilarious. The Mechazoid also dodging 5 inches on 14s.
These are nimble tags.
Yeah, with stealth and climbing plus. Like, man, I wish I would have like actually bitten the bullet and gotten some games with the tags in, but gosh, being able to just move around and ignore a lot of stuff on the table is just always really good.
Yeah.
So thing I would like to move on to is not a specific unit combo, but more a play style and like idea choice. One of the things that I have noticed when you run that like Hatamoto, Shikami, Shizoku, and like multiple Raiden Ryukin styles, I have had a lot of significant problems dealing with Torchlight Brigade, Invincible Army. Um, those lists uh, are running specifically MSV2 powerhouses and or specifically Torchlight Brigade, which also comes in with the like Bakunin problem. Um, a guided missile package on top of it. Yeah, Bakunin has pretty decent access to MSV, so that's a problem. What I'm getting at is these the defenses and those pieces get run over when their mimetism is taken away.
Yeah.
So that's why in vanilla JSA having access to the Karakuri duo is basically a godsend because you can just put emitter Karakuri and emitter Karakuri standing next to each other and they'll just be gals being pals and indestructible ARO platforms.
Yeah, because a weapon they always had, but now has range.
Yeah, because like this Karakuri style, I've been experimenting with it recently. It's really hard to shoot into, and it gives the opponent like no real good choices to attempt to guided missile. Because like you can have like a Kurayami or a Taishin, hacker, killer hacker, whatever. Those can be off the table and just uninteractable by the opponent. The Karakuris are not guided missileable. You can't link him to this specific team, but you can have Miyamoto Musashi just on the table to be another M arm piece. More likely, you're having like Neko Yama or Yuriko Oda or a Domaru sitting next to your Karakuris. Either to provide a like melee defense or just to have the engineer like right there, because turns out what the only thing better than like having an engineer sit in the corner and have a like palbot run up and fix things is to have the engineer already within zone of control, and that's why like you're paying extra points for Oda.
Yeah,
it's a little bit of Christmas land, but oh man, I forget the guy's name. He did this similar thing with Maximus in Adepticon and just threw Vitrofero deployable cover in front of him. You can do the exact same thing with the Karakuris, and it becomes a problem for the opponent to figure out, like, how am I dealing with functionally 5 wounds that I need to do damage to, and Vitrofero total immunity.
Yeah, which I have to do with my whole burst instead of an explosive or DA weapon, because that still counts as one.
Yes.
As a wise lord would say.
Look, I did not get to pull it off in a tournament game, but it is extremely disrespectful to the opponent to I refer to this maneuver as the cask of Amontillado. You can with the Karakuri in a panic room mission list, have her go prone in the corner, and then have the deployable cover engineer just throw Vitrofero right in front of her and just steal her into the corner. Now she is untouchable in melee and Vitroferoed.
It's just, yeah. It's just a hard scab to remove.
Yeah, get that out of the box, I dare you.
There's a very angry robot inside this box. I'd rather leave it be.
I mean, yeah, like, when you can't actually touch the Karakuri to exploit her one, like, I'm bad at melee weakness, like, what are you actually going to do? It turns out the answer is spend, like, 5 or 6 orders, like, eating her flash pulses the entire time.
I have lost games just by the sheer Karakuri marches forward, doesn't give a flip about what you fire at it. They will push a button and win the game.
Sometimes I wish that were me.
Yeah. Like, I had my opponent just oh, there's no cover. Well, we will just take hits, and by the end of it, the Karakuri were still standing. Only just,
Yeah.
but enough to push the button.
Yeah, turns out the ultimate way to tank the ARO is second skill move.
Yeah.
And what are you going to do about it?
Yeah. Oh, you thought I would go face to face and spend orders on this? On this? Nope. I just want to push a button and move forward.
Yeah. So, that's kind of the thing with that Karakuri style. I've noticed that passively trying to build vanilla JSA lists, I ran into a problem multiple times where I stopped and looked at the list and went, "Oh, like I just made worse Oban." And you can do that. I think you need to specifically reach for some of these super high value profiles, the Kyojin Killer, like I already mentioned.
Yeah.
But also having access to the Kurayami Ninja, I found a lot of good value for. And also the jump troop mentioned earlier, the Taishin Guntai.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a jump trooper now.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane. It's because JSA left in the past Yujing. They had all the Tiger soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
They actually made like a stop motion video about this where just where the Tiger soldier jumps in and the troopers from JSA say we need that guy. Like we left,
Mm-hmm.
but we should have
Yeah,
got that guy.
absolutely. So, what I think the Kuriyami mine layer is like that's a ResOps profile, if anything. The Kuriyami Ninja hacker, uh, he is 26 points. Yes, they removed the camo. Yes, they removed Mim 6 from him as a ninja. Yes, he is only martial arts 2, which is just painful if you're trying to like actually CC someone who's sort of okay at it. Um, but the fact is, he is um he is 7 points cheaper than the regular ninja if you're trying to do the like I'm hacking and shooting you ARO fork.
Yeah.
And he's got way more versatility with the with movement for the super jump to just get around the to get around the table. And like at the end of the day, he's still hidden deployment.
Yeah.
Hidden deployment infiltrator. Um, there have been many a time where the Kurayami Ninja just shows up turn 2 or turn 3 out of nowhere and bounces around the table and does all of the objectives.
Yep.
As I mentioned previously in my round 1 unmasking game,
Yeah.
he spent all of the turn 3 orders and almost won the game. Pulled it off into a like really hard tie.
Yeah.
He and the Taishin regular hacker also have the very funny combo of being a regular hacking device with D charges.
So we can do some stuff.
Oh well, yeah, I carbonite you and then I place deployable.
Let's see, the tag is now locked in place. Let's lock something in between his shoulders so he cannot reach.
Yes. 9 times out of 10, I'm taking the Taishin killer hacker though. He is filling the same role as the ninja killer hacker for 4 points less at 21. And he's also, off the table to if you're trying to get him, be uninteractable with the opponent. However, I am often putting him on the table anyway because as a 6'4" killer hacker, that's still really good.
Yep.
Like, that is a lot of versatility that he is bringing to the table.
Especially if he goes into his impersonation state.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice when you remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, thing to mention, they are both hacker, decharges, and specifically the Taishin is a medium infantry. So Kurayami Ninja is able to do like 6 or 7 cards, and the Taishin, I believe, gets the same because he is swapping over to medium infantry. Like, these are really good classified objective pieces.
Yeah. First
Which
on the front. Yeah.
I wanna shout out. This profile looks like absolute garbage at first. check out the Sohei. Sohei Sugeki Tai, medium infantry.
Mm-hmm.
He's medium infantry veteran troop, not a specialist, that is bringing pretty decent corner guard with pulsar, grenades, and assault pistol.
Yeah.
This is the weirdest tech piece that I did bring to Adepticon, because the mission spread had both firefight and decap. Specifically for firefight, I wanted a dude who could be a like tertiary objective card user, while also not giving up specialist points. And now he is only available in vanilla JSA, and like he is one of my back pocket pieces for specifically firefight. I think frontline has 4 objective cards, countermeasures, etc. All of the ones that you do a bunch of classifieds.
Yeah. It's a bit of a mismatch of a profile, but it's also very cheap, 16 points.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I wouldn't even say he's a mishmash. He's just like he's a unit that you really wish he was like 8 points cheaper and was impetuous irregular.
Yeah, that kind of dude. Yeah.
Yeah, but just having all the stats to be hard to physically push into from point blank, while also like secretly doing all the objective cards is very funny.
Assault pistol is always scary.
Mm-hmm. I think
if you combine it with a pulsar, so it's either 4 assault pistol shots, or you get templated, or a grenade that can still throw on a physic of 13. Also very
yeah,
funny.
I mean, if you're within 8 inches of this guy, you're having a bad time.
Yeah.
I think it's also very funny. I've been doing a lot of I don't know what it's been. There's been so many instances recently of the game completely unlocking with intuitive attack onto people's camos, and having a pulsar on him is just allows it.
Yeah. And 2 bursts. Yeah. Oh.
I don't know. People just like camoing their ninjas and thinking they're safe, shoving them right in front of my deployment zone. No, they aren't.
No, we're gonna intuitive attack, and that's not. And discovery is once, but intuitive attack, I can do this all day, as long as I have my orders. Yeah.
So the one that I'm still trying to figure out is pulling off the ninja archetype in vanilla. I think that in Oban you get a lot. It's a lot easier because you have access to Shinobu.
Yeah.
Shinobu, Samsa, like to a lesser extent Yojimbo, but there is no quote unquote ninja that starts either in camo or off the board that has access to a gun that shoots good from 8 to 16 in vanilla JSA.
Yeah.
Like the Nokizaru is just not it.
Yeah, you're not bringing the ninjas for their BS11.
Yeah, so in my JSA video, because I posted it that like 1 hour 47-minute like diatribe of Oban units, I think that like you have to bring either Shikami or like Shikami and a Shizoku as a like budget gun piece. Because otherwise, if you're trying to do a ninja spam list in vanilla, you're going to find that you are not going to be able to shoot your way out of a wet paper bag.
Yeah, they need a bit of gun support. Yeah, to do.
Oh yeah, because everything's going to be within sub 8.
Yeah,
and that like you can do it. It's just like it involves being like living in a magical Christmas land where the stars align for you to do it.
Yeah.
I need to get Saito on the table. He's just like
the guy upgraded his boarding shotgun.
You mean he gave up his combi rifle? Like, can I please get the Drew's profile? Regular combi rifle specialist operative for 35. Yeah, that would be nice.
He likes his Ariadna gun. It's old fashioned. It feels nice. It has a bit of a punch.
I wish I had points for him in the panic room list that I brought, because he is just like, he seems so like perfectly slotted for it. named character, camo, boarding shotgun, smoke grenades. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. You do the math. Tell me, tell me if that doesn't sound great. I think that
if he can dodge chain rifles, he's good.
Yeah, I think it's. I think it's hard to fit him into both the sectorials, Oban and Shinden, because in Shinden Butai you are really heavily competing with with him at that 30-point price range.
Yeah, with all the heavier dudes. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because if you have the Swick, that's a second Shizoku.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a NCO plasma carbine Hatamoto. That's
yeah.
you know.
And then he's just a one moon moke compared to these gun masters.
Yes. Let's see. What else? What other combos do I have to talk about? Oh yeah, there is the funny one. The unique to vanilla JSA combo. The Garon Total Reaction AI bot. And a why not second breakfast. Second Garon Total Reaction AI bot.
So that your total reaction has an extra dice, which is real nice.
They don't have a +1 burst. But running 2 HMGTR bots is I think that's funny to bring in the Karakuri style list, because you flex on your opponent thinking that, I'm gonna deal with a bunch of MIM6 AROs and stuff from JSA and camo markers and stuff, and it's like, no, it's just a bunch of girls and robots that are slanging out tons of bullets at me.
They go robo fun. Which is actually awesome that they now have the JSA RAMs, that they still keep a few pushing past around. But some are just the regular stuff, but the total reaction, the Garon. It's not just the heavy machine gun one, but you also have the grenade launcher one, and with Thunderbolt and the MK12 one. It's pretty sweet.
The Thunderbolt profile is my pet peeve. I am very sorry. Like, a burst 2 ARO piece is, I don't know, that's just sad. He's not indestructible. He's he's not putting any mimetism or stuff down. Like, I suppose he slightly wins face to faces.
Yeah, it's 16 points, so it's not expensive.
Yeah, like, I think he's statistically slightly better than a flashbot to win a face to face, but I don't know. How desperately do I need regular smoke is the question. In Oban, never, not at all. In Shinden Butai, I think there's a sort of argument for him, because you've obviously got the Tanuki for the disco balls. You've got Yojimbo for regular smoke, and then you have the Garon for smoke grenade launcher, regular smoke, and then that's it. You are not you do have Saito in all of them, but that feels like the problem with the old JSA philosophy, where all of the smoke is on special named characters and it feels bad. Plus, I don't know how much you can bring the Tanuki MSV2 HMG or sniper or whatever and do that to people, but I think you've got better things to do with your time with the Shizoku Hatamoto just slinging out burst 4.5 at people.
Yeah, just why do it with extra steps?
Or I mean, there's the funny combo where I like the Tanuki hacker, Ruishi, and the Shizoku strategic deployment link, where you just have the Ruishi dump the mine dispensers out, and then next order Shizoku peeks at the dude and says, "Okay, are you really gonna shoot back at me?"
Because I got some little explosives near your feet. Yeah, not not the nicest proposition.
Indeed,
but a very good trick. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's actually one of the funny things I've noticed about Oban, with specifically the Arigoto fire team, is it felt weird that the Ryuichi is an option for them, because pushing around my 8.6 bicycles and lugging around a comparatively slow 6.4 with the Ruishi. Just, I don't know. And they're all it's 3 silhouette 4s, and that's super awkward.
Those are some big booties. Yeah, not hard to like. I'm a fan of bikes, but I already in Ariana already am struggling with if I got like duos and put them in a spot where they either both are hiding or close enough together or too close
Yeah,
enough.
I mean, he's got the best home.
Yeah.
He's got the best home in Shinden Butai, where he just like is pure with the Tanukis. I think you've got a lot more merit with the 2 emitter Karakuri and then the Ruishi is the gun in the Harris link. Or bringing 2 Damaru and the Ruishi is also looking pretty good.
Easier to hide and
Yes.
probably tougher to deal with.
Yes, and 2 Damaru and Ruishi is also how you say exclusive vanilla options.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Do I want to go through every profile again and take up another hour of your time?
Probably not, but maybe some of the newer profiles that are.
Yeah. So obviously in vanillas, you're not going to have everyone linked. So some of the like powerhouse solos to call out. I'm just taking a naked Oyori pilot in my list without the tags, just because like all of these tag com units are like extremely good, like 10 to 12 point regular orders for their price. Like for a Oyori pilot forward observer versus a regular Keisotsu forward observer. Yes, I'm dropping a combi rifle to a light shotgun, but I mean I'm flash pulsing you anyway. And she's got like regular person BS 12, and opponent this morning was just like, wait a second, why the hell is she CC 21 martial arts 1?
Because she trains with the big bot, and the big bot is also a very good close combat dude. So
yeah. I mean, like she's literally holding a sword in her model. Why wouldn't she be good at CC?
Models with close combat weapons, you'd think they would. That would be a giveaway, but I'm still thinking of my O12 hacker.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just one of the like funny things about JSA is having all of this like passively decent CC. Like people who want to push in and start like chaining melee on you just run into like, oh gosh, everything's going to be a coin flip.
Yeah, it's do you feel lucky?
Yeah. Other solo all-star that I'm taking is now some of the Europeans are very dubious of this. They don't
I'm
like
European,
having
so
him
yeah.
having him just sit around is like a bit suspect, but I'm really liking the Keisotsu regular hacker. And just he's there. Yes, ECM hacker -6 is like not going to stop a Trinity killer hacker from just like removing you from the table. But if you have anything else stacked on top of it that they have to deal with as well, it starts to become a problem.
Yeah, if you do it through a repeater and the guy brings crazy koalas. Even if you think, well, it's not a good hacker, but he brings crazy koalas. So
oh yeah, if you go first and just get the setup, like gosh. But I have been doing this patented setup where my Shikami is just curled up in the fetal position with the Keisotsu in front of him. And yes, okay, you can throw out a pitcher and try to like target me and GML me, but I think you got to deal with the regular hacker first.
I got this little boy with me that spends 24/7 on the computer, and he is, and he can mess you up. Oh, whip 12, yeah, but ECM, man. Dirty little hacker.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna be oblivioning you on a 9, but you're gonna be throwing out trinities on 10s, so.
Yeah. You want to try
Go
that?
figure.
Yeah.
I mean, even worse if you're a regular normal hacking device and I'm on 9 and you are what is it? 8s?
Yeah.
7s? 13 minus 6? Yeah, I can do math.
Yeah, of course, 7s. Yeah.
Yep, have
Not so
fun.
shabby. Not so shabby.
Mm-hmm. Other solos that I have not called out. I don't feel the need to talk about Yuriko Oda again.
Just a solid
Uh,
utility unit.
uh the Genbutai is not worth the metal it was cast out of. The job of the Jizamurai in Shinden Butai is to be the paste eater that makes your Bushitai link legal. Obviously, he has more flexibility than that, but I don't think he ever justifies him getting on the board in vanilla JSA.
He's just there to compete with Yu Jing for who has the dirtiest named unit walking around. So is it the
Um,
Jit Samurai or is it the Long Wang?
uh, we need to get a collaboration where we have the um like revamped Dashot where we have JSA defectors, Yujing, Imperial Service, and Halakha slums so that we can have the Jizamurai, the Long Wang, and the Cum Trooper.
The shot is there for all your needs, and I mean all your needs.
Yep. Oh gosh. The Shurayuki is just like a big head scratcher. It 30 points of why bother.
Mm.
I already talked about the Tanko. He makes every list. Daiokai. Um,
He,
it
he got,
feels kind of bad being shoehorned into strictly Damaru. However, to get a purity bonus. However, the fact that the Damaru now has the chain rifle lieutenant +1 order, um, and like you can bring a second chain rifle dude as a lieutenant decoy and the Daiokai. Um, I mentioned earlier squeezing 8 orders out of group 2. Well, if you do 5 troopers, then it's 7. But I'd like to do
yeah.
9-6 splits. So, getting a 7 or 8 order group 2 with those extra NCO orders from the Daiokai, as well as with the solo Hadamoto, like it's still good.
Yeah, and he's wielding a heavy machine gun now.
Mm-hmm.
Because mostly the Daioke always had a bit of a long distance problem.
Yep, and still has the Panzerfaust, and he can still punch consoles.
Yeah.
Um, and unlike the Hatamoto, he's got a respectable arm value.
Yep. And no wound incapitation after 2 wounds, so he
Mm-hmm.
can go for long. Yeah.
Yep, bulky. Let's see here.
Chunky
Demario, otherwise basically unchanged. Well, okay, never mind. I'm skipping over the contender, but I've talked about this to death in my Oban deep dive part 1. Oyama feels weird trying to get him onto into that link because he's not Demaru pure. So I've been seeing him mostly running him as a like Karakuri Oyama link.
Yeah.
And just having him shuffle them around with tactical awareness. Let's see here. Waxed Poetic on the Shikami already. Briefly touched on tags. All the robots are all the robots. Talked on ninjas. Said Kyojin Killer. Yeah, I don't know. I think
I think we got them. We got them all.
Yeah, pretty much. The roster getting cut down severely is I mean it shortens our talk, but it's nice to have just not 1,000 troopers to choose from.
Yeah, I'm still left with one question because JSA has always, in my mind, has had that special spot of it's a very iconic army, which will draw in especially new players. Because what's not to love about samurai and ninjas? But on the other hand, it was a very, compared to other factions, a pretty hard force to master, especially since in its older design space it was very short range, and the blasts made with the blast being around on shotguns made it a hard time for ninjas and the close range stuff to exist for long enough to do damage. So at this point, is it now? Did they change it to? I see they have machine guns, so I see that they brought in more range. I see that they the blasts are gone, so ninjas have more of an option. So is it now easier army to play? You think, or especially for someone who starts out with Infinity and is drawn to this very good looking models, and now that it's the starter pack of N5.
So I think there needs to be an asterisk to the yes that I'm going to give to that question. Like, the easiest answer to point out is what I mentioned earlier with Shinden Butai. A lot of these units are more generally playable. They and easier to pick up, get, move on the table, move around. There's a lot less like required finesse and like knowing when to turn off your opponent's ARO lanes to like actually get around on the table. They have a competent like hacking whatever, as I already said. Oban got a lot nicer to use because we have access to multiple sources of Eclipse, with both the Tenko Disco Ball and the Shikami actually having like actual Eclipse grenades.
Yeah.
And the asterisk being is knowing when to cut those lines off and taking those units. Like, obviously the Oban Shikami feels like a no-brainer. The Oban like Tenko Link feels like a no-brainer. I think vanilla JSA is probably, it's not as finesse as Oban because you do have those options with the Hatamoto, Shizoku, etc. to like bring those generic Min 3 heavy infantry samurai with long range guns on the table. However, I think I think vanilla JSA is the hardest pressed for vision control out of all of them, because the Tenko that you're going to take is not going to be linked. So it can sometimes get clunky with move. I need this disco ball to land, so I will double shot.
Yeah.
And then dipping back for reloads and like knowing that I have to put my Tanko in a spot where I can hide my baggage bot nearby.
Yeah.
I think that gets alleviated with that like take all comers list I talked about with the Hatamoto Shizoku Shikami combo, because then you have a backup Eclipse thrower with the solo Shikami. So like I guess that's a real problem. Is like you do have access to these long range guns now.
Yeah.
You do have access to hard nose to fire lanes with Eclipse smoke. I think JSA just runs into the problem where people will want to like get to melee and like push in and like do all the samurai like things with chopping people to bits, but oftentimes you will find yourself overextending and learning when to like actually push your model into the opponent versus just waiting for them to come to you is the biggest learning curve.
Yeah, because I think this edition close combat has gone better, especially when you got a high martial arts and get extra dice, and it's just not a one dice luck kind of situation. But it's still a shooting game. It's not like you're going from 40k and you're like playing my orcs and corn berserkers. So let's play some samurai and just and ninjas and just run into the enemy. Yeah, that's still not the best option to do. It's nice when you get into a situation where I am close, I can hit him, I can do that, but to get to that point, you probably had to do some shooting first.
Yeah, I mean, it still runs into the thought process that JSA's mastery was the sub 16-inch shooting. But I mean, I don't know if I can still say that when you've got, a big old APHMG with the Shizoku, or the Spitfire X visor, Red Fury X visor with the Hatamoto. But
there now you wanna do those 32 inches. Come on, yeah.
yeah, and like it's still on a Shizoku and a Hatamoto, and the Shikami is still the Shikami. You've got your necessary tanko on the table, so you're still fielding multiple samurai. And that list can still fit a Kurayami ninja. Like you can tech piece in like an Oniwaban or another regular ninja. Like there's still the points to like put into those options, so you can still field your requisite samurai and ninja. Yay, I'm playing JSA list.
Yeah.
I hope that answers the question, Raymond.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
I
It
don't know.
got
You
easier,
just
but it's also it's not just Pano. I'm start blasting.
Mhm. Well, yeah, I mean, there's the counterpoint that Pano nowadays has just become, oh, like I'm Pano, I'm gonna start blasting, and Disco Ball. Oh,
Yeah,
the Fennec Fusilier is fun.
yeah. So yeah, any last thoughts on JSA before we head off into the sunset?
I don't believe so. I think I've hit all the points. You're you're still able to bring a bunch of like fun mimetism samurai and do the generic you know the JSA thing. I think the real problem that they run into is like predatory MSV and guided factions, so you need to like probably back pocket that indestructible Karakuri platform list. I think the faction still wants to look at the mission pack and build specifically toward the missions if you're going into tournament play.
Mm-hmm.
More than like how to put it. There is the internal struggle of do I build towards missions or do I build toward opponents? I
Yeah.
think the answer is there's a very good core that you can bring where you are building uh building the Shikami and Hatamoto
Yeah.
around the mission pack, and do the same thing with the Karakuri Harris.
Mm-hmm.
um I'm still struggling to get all ninjas to work in vanilla JSA. Like I said, struggling to fit struggling with the lack of range on them. I think you have to run the Shikami in place of where like Shinobu would normally be.
Yeah.
And like at that point you're just playing a one or two Shikami list, and that is not a all ninja style hidden deployment camo. It's an
No,
entirely different beast.
now you're running around throwing eclipse grenades, closing the distance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Well, Jasper, thanks for giving you your wisdom about this now being a full faction,
Hmm.
and trying out all the stuff so that you could give us some insight into all these little units. And yeah, since it's starter pack of now with the Peno, it's nice to have them covered this early. So thanks for coming on to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, and
Look,
listeners,
we
yeah,
look, we made it less than 2 hours.
yeah, that's that's something I'm striving towards.
Hmm.
I did a big Ariadna splash because Ariadna is my most favorite faction kind of episode. But my wife is like, yeah, we need to still feed a baby, so keep it short, please.
Oh yes.
Yeah, so we did. So yeah,
Hmm.
thanks for coming on, and listeners, thanks for tuning in, and we will see you all next time.
Good night.
Right.